100%, 100%, 100%, no cap. No one can do what I do, do what I do, do what I do. Yeah. I'ma show you what I got, here's what I got, here's what I got. Yeah, supernatural, the new original.
Hi, I'm Marty.
And I'm Jade.
And we love to tell the stories of women who are sitting in spaces and places that are making dynamic impact.
That's right. We're talking about women who are working for billion-dollar brands.
Or creating $1 million companies.
That's right, you guys. This is Behind the Brand.
Stronger, better, powerful, 100%. I'm the true, I'm the new original, 100%. Stronger, better, powerful, 100%. I'm the true, I'm the new original.
Welcome to Behind the Brand, the stories of women who are working for companies that are billion-dollar brands or women who are creating million-dollar brands. Today's episode is unique and special because I get to share with you the women behind Boss Women Media's brand and how I got to meet them, how I connected with them, and how they are helping for us to create $1 million brand to impact millions of women across the globe. Welcome, ladies.
Yes.
Okay, so I have such a unique story for everyone on how I met you, how I connected with you, and how you guys are helping me build a brand that will change generations to come. And so first up, I have to just talk about Frances.
I knew it.
Frances, I met Frances when I was in corporate America. Our cubes were across from diagonal from each other. My cube I was in the marketing department making all the ruckus and noise, probably talking about all the black girl magic. and how I know I was talking about the black girl magic is because on my birthday, Frances gives me a birthday present, and it has these hands, and on the hands it's like black girl hands and their fingernails, and it says "make lemonade" on their fingernails, and they're holding lemons in their hands. And I was like, oh my God, Frances is a creative genius. And so I remember going by her cube one day and I was like, hey, I need a logo made for this business I have started. Can you make my logo? And she brings back the logo, and it's the logo that we use to this day. It's the Boss Women Media's logo. But that was the first investment that I had made with Boss Women Media of getting that logo done. I had made a logo myself on Word when I started. And Frances was like, no, and it just was like the perfect Boss Women Media logo. And so it's just so crazy that was like 4 years ago.
I know.
Which it just feels bizarre. What was it like, Frances, me coming up to you saying, hey, can you make my logo? And then me coming back, hey, I'm having an event. Can you do some more?
I loved it because, we were working in corporate America, so you don't get to work on projects like that. So it was exciting for me. I was like, yes, I'll do it. I mean, anything that I could do that's not this
Yes.
right now. So, and just to see what it's grown into, years later, we would have never envisioned
I know.
what the start of that was.
I know.
It's been just amazing seeing it flourish the way it has.
No, but you are the creative genius behind it all. From the Black Girl Magic first logo, the year with the girl with the hair and the Black Girl Magic tour, to us doing Boss Women of the Year, to 100 women sitting at the table. All of it has come from you, Frances. Like, you have made us feel so legit, be so legit, and so buttoned up and just beautiful, and you just represent women of color so well and thought out in your design.
I mean, I just feel so lucky to even be a part of it and just even do something that I feel is greater than us, just really inspiring women and getting to do work that really makes an impact, a bigger impact. I think that's kind of what pushed me to really try hard and, get all this stuff done.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you so much, Frances, for just being at the top of that story of Boss Woman Media. When I think about Boss Woman Media and when I was sitting in that cube at my company and I was like, I'm creating something. So I'm supposed to be working on my work, but I'm over here sending emails out. I'm over here sending MailChimp emails out, like trying to build something so much bigger. And then in 2018, I decided to leave corporate America. It was such a brutal environment for me mentally and physically, and it really messed with my confidence so much. And so I just knew it wasn't the space for me to thrive. And so it's when I met Rachel, actually. I had met Rachel. We were about to throw our event called the Vision Board party. We took over an apartment basement.
I remember that event.
Yes. We took over an apartment basement. We had Nicole Kane come as our keynote speaker. We flew all of these women in from all over, and I met with Rachel before the event, and I said, hey, I just need you to capture this. I remember our first announcement video. Like, when I look back at it, I kind of cringe, because I'm like, what the hell was I talking about? I remember meeting with you, and I remember saying to you, hey, I have no money to pay you. But if you do this with me, I promise you that when I do have money to pay you, I will pay you. And then you've been like, okay. And I was like, damn, was it that easy?
Why did I offer up that I'm gonna pay?
Right. But I remember the day. It's so vivid in my head. The day that we met for the first time. And I had no idea what even I wanted you to shoot or film. I just needed you to tell this story, because I knew I was going to have a lot of women there. And we did. We had about 250 women show up that day. While we were crammed in an apartment basement, and I had on the penthouse floor, which was like a couple of floors up in a vacant apartment, a brunch for VIP guests. But it was gritty. It was I was creative in it, but I think back on it, I'm like, it was just the beginnings. It was just the beginnings. What are your memories, Rachel?
Oh gosh, yeah, I remember that very vividly. I was just kind of starting my business, so I met you at a very unique time, and you were like, I have this idea, I really know where I want to take it, and will you meet up with me in the basement of this apartment building and film this promo? And I was like, sure, why not? I want to meet as many people as I can. This sounds interesting. I remember meeting you that day and just being drawn to you. You are such a magnetic person. You continue to be with everyone you meet, that I encounter you meeting through doing this work with you. And for some reason, it was so powerful what you had to say from the very beginning, before you were bringing in celebrity keynote speakers and had 100,000 women in your community. You had such a clear vision of what you were doing and trying to accomplish, and I was like, she's gonna do it. I really had faith that if I did this work for free, that you were going somewhere. Like, I could just see it in you. You just had that force. You were like, I'm gonna make this happen. I have a true purpose. And just being on this journey with you it has been such an honor for me to see that growth and see you make the things happen that you said back then you were going to make happen.
It was just so crazy. Yeah. But the crazy part and the lesson and all of that is that, listen, you couldn't have told me anything differently though. Like, you could not have told me I had two voices in my head. I had my old CMO voice in my head saying, so what are you going to go do? And me thinking, I am so tired of people not believing in me. And then the other voice I had in my head was, I will never be fucking broke again, so I have to make this work. And so it was me against me and me against the world, and that was the force that I needed to really go and create and tell the stories of women that I wanted to tell. And so at that event, actually Sharice helped me. At that event, she helped me set up. Sharice had just moved to Dallas. Me and Sharice have been childhood friends since the first grade.
Let's go.
And she had just moved to Dallas, and I was like, hey, I need you to come, and I need you to set up stuff.
Welcome to Dallas.
I need you to help a sister out that day. And I remember Sharice being like, listen, I'm not going to spend my whole day with you, though. I'll come help for a little while, but I'm not going to spend my whole day with you. And now she's with me every day. But just like you being a part of that. And I remember one day we were at lunch or dinner or something, and I was talking about it because all I wanted to do was just talk about it, and I just wanted to talk about my business and the growth, and I could see it, and I just wanted it so badly. And she was like, is there anything else that you talk about besides your business?
Listen.
And I was like, no, actually, this is what I'm going to do. What do you mean? And so just like when you experienced it, what were your thoughts?
That conversation or just overall?
Just overall, when you first came to, you came to the basement.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought that I've always told you you're like super brave. Like you're the bravest, strongest, one of the most independent people I know. And I'm like, this girl is crazy. But it works. And like she said, like I never once not believed that it would happen for you. But being that I've always been your friend and I know the other side of you, I'm like, why are we always talking about this? But, you know, I'm very proud of you. Like, I knew that you would. I knew that you're going to do more than what you've already done. But I knew that you would be at this point. And you got much more to go. So,
Yeah.
you, friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And then we meet Jay. So I met Jay that same year, that summer, at Boss Woman of the Year. So we're still in 2018. Yeah, we're in 2018 that summer, and I hired Jay to be the moderator. And so listen, the backstory to this that Jay does not know is I had a mutual friend who knew Jay personally, and she was negotiating the deal to hire Jay. And she was like, well, Jade's rate is this. I was like, well, I don't know who Jay thinks she is. Or most importantly, I don't know who Jay think I am. But I can only give her this, okay? She can take it or leave it.
And that is Marty.
And so I remember meeting her for the first time in the hotel room, and she was so prepared. You were so prepared, Jade. And I appreciate your preparedness. You took it seriously. And you had your cue cards and you were writing out stuff. And I'm pretty sure at the time I had sent you a whole bunch of stuff. Now I don't, because I feel like you should know. And you don't.
Marty, I need you to send me something. She's like, girl,
But at the time, I'm pretty sure I sent you every single detail, because that was like, I was hiring a moderator for the first time. For the first time I was hiring a moderator. I was hiring talent. Like, I wasn't in control. I wasn't going to be on this stage. I was scared and nervous. And I was like, now, can this girl do what I need her to do? And I remember I didn't go inside. I was standing outside at the W. It was so many women, like, I mean, rows on rows on rows of women in there. And I'm standing outside, and Jade has these women singing a song, a throwback song, and like they are loving it. And inside at that moment, I was like, thank you, God. Like, thank you so much. Like, it was the energy to kick off Boss Woman of the Year. These women who were connecting together had absolutely no idea what they were even getting into. They all came to see Angela Rye. And you created an environment for them to let their hair a little bit loose. And so I just so appreciate you for that. And so in that moment, I remember thinking, oh yeah, okay, let me give her all her coins. She was worth every bit of it. And I go to lunch with you to give you the money, and you told me to keep it. And I thought, I will forever be loyal to her, because she did not have to do that at all.
Okay. I'm like, first of all, I'm like, did I? I'm just joking. You are too funny, Marty. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so glad that I know you. I really, truly am. I knew that you were trusting me with your baby, and I wanted your baby to be okay. Now, let me tell y'all the flip side of this. While she's telling our mutual friend, who does Jay think she is, I purposely went high because I was like, who is she? I don't really want to do this. And so I was like, well, whoever this random girl is, she about to pay me. And, but you know what, Marty, I met you before that. I met you did an event, and you honored me at an event with a philanthropy award. Yeah. And that was my first time meeting Marty. And then when you hired me, y'all, it's so crazy. I remember saying, you talk about Marty, the one that just gave me the award at this other brunch event? Yeah. I said, is she going to let go of the control and let me actually host? Like, this is what I'm telling my friend, because, you know, when you meet Marty, you exude boss. Everything about you is like, look, we cool, but right now we are handling business. And I did not think that we would be here. I thought it was gonna be like, okay, like this is really cool. I'll host this event for her and I'll go on my way, because I did not think that you would be able to ever sit back and like, and again, because this is your baby, this is your dream, this is your passion, this is your purpose. Like, and when you finally like allowed me, we haven't turned back since. No. And people have no idea like that. Like you were talking about Sharice, you know her obviously since being a child, but the friend she has grown to be for me, you know, my accountability partner. And she's not that type of friend that, Marty not gonna tell you what you want to hear, okay? And I'm like, what? I'll be calling my other friends when I need to be gassed or lied to, okay? Like, I'm like, so you have to be prepared when you call Marty and ask her a question. And let me tell you another thing, Marty is gonna limit the conversation, okay? She has about 2.5, 3 minutes of talk. She is like, okay, did you hear what I just said? Now go out and do it. And you're on the other end of the phone like, hold on a second, like.
And don't think you about to text a paragraph. No, she gonna call.
No.
She got to say, hey.
It's like, how is she gonna start, Sharice? Friend. Okay, so this is what you about to do. Like, she gonna tell you what you're gonna do. But I appreciate you trusting me, and more importantly, I appreciate who you've become to me. And I think that you inspire all of us. Sharice was right. You are the bravest person that I know. You are so freaking fearless. And even in your moments of fear, you're still fearless within the fear. It's so weird. And so, yeah, I know. And so I just literally thank you. Thank you for hiring me. You hired me, but I gained a friend.
Yes, I so appreciate that, friend, so much. And then I met Stacy. I met Stacy at an event that one of our other mutual friends, it was a Galentine's Day event. Yeah. And I don't know, I connected with her, but I'm gonna tell you, I lean into my faith a lot. I believe God leads me. I know God led me to you guys. I met Stacy at this Galentine's Day event, and I was like, oh, yeah, Stacy was cool. We connected, and a couple of months ago, Stacy randomly came in my head. I have not talked to Stacy about any type of work or anything. She just came into my head and was a whisper, call Stacy, she will help you. And I hired Stacy to help me pitch. And when I met with Stacy, And first of all, me hiring somebody to help me pitch is huge for me, okay? Because I pitch every single piece of business that I have gotten to date. And so bringing somebody alongside me, because my husband said, listen, you're gonna have to hire some help or we ain't gonna make it in this house. But no, seriously, like it has been so, like when I met with you, I'm like, okay, this is what I need you to help me do. Are you even open to doing that? And you were like, yes, absolutely. Like you leaned in instantly. And I mean, we've had some incredible pitches that we've been doing. But it's so crazy how we are all women. We are diverse women. We understand the barriers to pathways that we want to go down, and we're all connected together. And so, Stacey, it's just been so cool to have you a part and building our new relationship together. And I mean, what was it like for you after you left for coffee? You probably was like, no, what did I just sign up for?
No, I think the reverse. I was like, oh my God, this is magic. You know, it's just divine intervention. I don't know what you want to call it. But I was so excited when Marty, hit me up or DM me on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, girl, let's meet up. Let's talk business, right? And so I immediately, when I think of Marty, I think, and you took my word, fearless, because she is truly one courageous, fearless soul out there, and so I truly admire that. I've always admired that about you from even the day that I met you at Galentine's. But what I love about Marty is that she's unapologetic.
Yeah.
No excuses. She will not take no for an answer. You hear that? No for an answer. And what I'm like completely honored about is that I am an extension of her when I am talking to these prospects and when we're talking about her babies, because it's become one baby, it's become many babies, many brands under the Boss Woman Media. So Marty, with all due respect, with all of the amazingness team that we have here, I love the fact that I could be an extension of you and that you've entrusted me in doing that process. And like Marty mentioned, we've had already incredible conversations with brands that believe in her. So, I see it, like in front of my eyes. Marty's just talking and people are just leaning in and listening. So I'm so excited, Marty. I know that our engagement has been, pretty much less than 30, but it's been 30 days, right?
Yeah.
30 days, and we're already kicking ass.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the journey to come.
Yes. Thank you so much for saying that. And so on days when I just feel like I am at my worst, I'm going to go back and listen to this because I appreciate you guys so much. And then we have two other teammates, one who doesn't live here, one who lives in Atlanta, who helps us with our web design. She does a phenomenal job. And then we have someone who helps us with our blog content and our social, and she's not feeling well. And I remember meeting her and our special connection as well. And so I am so excited for us building this $1 million brand and everybody eating at the table and pulling up more tables for you guys to have more opportunities through the extension of me. We were just talking and we're like, you want a house in Turks? Okay. The Turks house, the Malibu house, wherever you want to live. I tell Francis all the time, I'm like, Francis, we're going to be in. It's never Marty will be. It's always others, because you cannot do this alone. Even though I'm a control freak and I try to, I realize that there are so many other women who have helped me along this pathway, and you guys are an extension of that. And I love you guys, and I thank you guys so much. So thank you for being a part of this special edition episode of Behind the Brand.